There may be an incident in your life that you know you want to take up in auditing. A recent accident, perhaps, or the death of someone you loved. For example, this girl never fully recovered from the loss of her mother.
So, did you get enough to eat?
Yeah.
When it comes to engrams, time does not heal.
You got enough sleep?
Yeah, plenty.
For all the emotional pain she felt when it happened is still bound up within the engram.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Think of that emotion as captured life force and follow the basic procedure to free it. When it gets released, it will come with a rush of emotion.
Close your eyes.
A pre-clear's recovery depends a great deal on how much of their life force is released from these painful emotion
I said
engrams.
to you while you were in a therapy session.
Run losses exactly the same as you would run an incident that contains physical pain.
Made to you will be without force when I say the word canceled. Do you understand?
Yes.
When you get to step 4 of the procedure, return the pre-clear to the incident. Tell her to go to the moment she first heard the news of the loss. That's the shock that shut down her analytical mind. So that's when the engram begins.
Let's go to the moment you learned about your mother's death.
Okay.
Now go on to the 5th step and tell the pre-clear to begin at the beginning and recount it.
Begin at the beginning and recount it.
It was about 2.5 years ago. And she had been sick for a while and she needed surgery. And I was at the hospital when the doctor told us.
Notice that she's talking about it as though it happened in the past, rather than re-experiencing it in the present.
We really weren't expecting anything out of the ordinary. It's just...
She has not returned to the incident. She's just remembering it.
taking so long.
If she's not returned, the engram won't lift. If this happens, don't criticize her.
Makes sense.
Just ask questions to get her to describe the surroundings of the incident.
Okay. What do you see?
I see the hospital waiting room.
All right. What do you see there?
I see my dad. And he looks really worried. And I see the coffee cup I'm holding in my hand. And the clock on the wall. And I just keep wondering what's taking so long. And I see the doctor coming down the hall to talk to us.
Make sure you get the moment that she first heard the news.
Okay. What does he say?
He says,
Mr. Peterson, I'm very sorry to have to tell you this.
I'm very sorry to tell you this,
She didn't make it.
but she didn't make it.
I'm so sorry. We did everything we could.
And then my dad is just, he's just saying no, no, no over and over again.
Run the engram far enough into it to make sure that you have the initial shock. A few minutes of engram time will do, and then have her recount it again.
I understand. Go back to the beginning and go over it again. Pick up whatever additional data you can contact.
I'm in the hospital waiting room with my dad. And the doctor says,
She didn't make it.
I'm very sorry to tell you this, but she didn't make it.
Make sure the pre-clear goes over it enough times to take all the emotional charge out of it.
And I'm crying on my dad's shoulder.
The amount of emotion the pre-clear may release is nothing to be alarmed about.
I can't.
Simply let her cry while you keep her running the engram. Use a soft, sympathetic voice.
I understand. Please continue.
He says,
The engram should be recounted until the emotion in it is gone.
very sorry to tell you. He says, very sorry to tell you this, but
If the incident doesn't unburden after recounting it over and over, go to step 6B and find an earlier similar incident and reduce that.
I'm just...
Recounting a loss until it's no longer emotionally painful will give her back the vitality and life force she hasn't had since before the incident took place. In fact, releasing this life force will give the pre-clear some of her single largest gains.
I feel her presence with me everywhere I go. It's just this amazing...
There's another important use of Dianetic auditing. The auditor can take someone who's been injured and run the injury as an engram. This is called a Dianetic assist because the person receiving this auditing will recover much more rapidly. Any recent illness or injury can be run to promote a faster recovery. Working as soon after the injury as possible, put the pre-clear into reverie and install the canceller.
any suggestion I have made will be without force when I say the word canceled.
When you get to step 4, return the pre-clear to the moment they were injured, the first moment of impact.
Let's go to the moment you got hit by the car.
Okay.
Good.
Run the incident the same as you would any engram, working with the file clerk to get data.
Begin at the beginning of the incident and recount it.
I'm jogging, and I go to cross the street, and I hear the screech of tires, and a car comes out of nowhere.
Good. Continue.
The next thing I see is people who are leaning over me.
Okay. What are they saying?
I'm not sure. That's all.
That's fine. Go back to the beginning and go over it again. Pick up whatever additional data you can contact.
I'm jogging, and I go to cross the street, and I hear the screech of tires, and a car comes out of nowhere.
Notice that the pre-clear is just repeating what she remembers saying the last time, instead of re-experiencing the engram freshly to discover more data. This is called replay, and it means the pre-clear is not running the engram. Quietly ask questions to get her to keep her attention on the scene.
Okay. What do you hear?
I hear people talking. The woman who hit me, she's hysterical.
Emergency! Hello? Hello, I hit somebody! I hit somebody with my car!
Good. What does she say?
I didn't see her! Oh my god, I didn't see her! Oh, she just came out of nowhere!
And she's saying, "Oh my God, I didn't see her. She came out of nowhere."
I hit somebody with my car!
A pre-clear will sometimes yawn or even get groggy. This means that the unconsciousness that was recorded in the engram is releasing, and it's important to let this happen without any interruption. This is the unconsciousness that made her feel dull or stupid whenever the engram was restimulated. The more this unconsciousness is released, the more alert she'll be in life.
Someone's saying, "Are you okay?" And the woman says, "I hit somebody. I hit somebody with my car." My arm's starting to ache a little.
All right. Continue.
The headphones are lying next to me in the street, and I can hear the music playing through them. And the sprinklers. I hear the sprinklers.
Notice that she's uncovering new details that were recorded when she was unconscious. When all these hidden perceptions become known to her, the engram will no longer have any effect.
I open my eyes,
Are you okay?
and I see all these people leaning over me. I hear a dog
Stay still.
barking.
You need to stay still.
I think I say, "What happened?"
Continue to run the pre-clear through the incident as many times as it takes to bring her to the point where she's cheerful about it. Once the engram is reduced, the injured area is no longer inhibited from healing, and her general tone level will be improved. Dianetic assists can be very beneficial to anyone who's received a recent injury or illness. Use them to help all those you know recover more rapidly from these engramic events. You'll find more information about auditing Dianetic assists in Chapter 9, Part 2 of the Therapy section, under the heading Dianetic First Aid. And to learn much more about auditing painful emotion engrams, read Emotion and the Life Force.